Hey, big spenders. Good morning, because it is actually morning. Well, I woke up at like 5 and couldn't get back to sleep. So, I'm sleepy. And it feels like morning. It has felt like morning for many hours now. Um, Excuse me while I wipe my eyes. I'm gonna need a nap today. What is all this garbage behind me all of a sudden? Oh, Jesus. Okay. So yeah, I'm not in California as had been previously planned. If I posted about it yesterday, but yeah, nothing big. Just CJ and I decided the timing wasn't very good. Um, and yeah, they have to be back in Kansas City by next Monday to get back to school, and it's going to be frigid over the weekend, so they might be going a little earlier than planned. And they have stuff they're trying to get taken care of here before they go back, and it was really putting them on a tight schedule. And um, while I'm going through this physical therapy for my migraines, I have felt like crap. Um, the whole thing, I'm doing exercises all throughout the day, even on days that I don't have physical therapy. And one of the things that the exercises does do um, is they give me migraine symptoms. And so I didn't want to, I knew that if I took the trip, I would stop doing the exercises. And I can't afford to miss 4 days of exercises because I have plans. I have things I want to do in a couple of months. So yeah, and then just with the state of the world, the state of the country, it just struck me as being a really bad time. Honestly, this is how crackpot I am sometimes. Uh, Last week, I was on Threads. I spend too much time on Threads. If you want to see me being an asshole, you can follow me on Threads because apparently that's where I vent all of my rage. That's beside the point. Uh, I saw some astrologists talking last week about having anybody getting readings for this coming week right now that are kind of significant, not great. And man, I got that stuck in my head and I couldn't stop wallowing around that. Yeah, if we're in California and something happens, because something could very well happen, it's the world we live in. Um, I didn't want to be stranded out there with CJ missing school, and yeah. So we'll go another time. Um, Hopefully when things are better. So yeah, I have plans. I've been waking up early. It was a miss. I tend to always wake up sometime between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, and usually I'll pee, go back to sleep, pee, read for an hour or so, go back to sleep. And that's what I tried to do today, and it didn't take. And part of the reason I'm sure is I looked at social media when I woke up, and I'd been tagged in a post about the Afghan Wigs announcing tour dates this morning. Like, I've been waiting for this. Honestly, my summer travel plans have been on hold because I've been waiting for them to announce tour dates. And it's like, okay, now I can actually plan some things. I mean, I have Solid Sound planned. I still need to finish doing some booking on that. And I have to figure out my Afghan Wigs schedule by tomorrow because pre-sale is tomorrow. But I think I'm bummed that they're not going to New Orleans because they have a tight New Orleans connection. Uh, the lead singer, band leader, and my future ex-husband, Greg Dooley, co-own a couple of bars in New Orleans, and my favorite little inn. So I'd love to see him down there. And also, my friend Jonathan is a fan, and he would be there. But no New Orleans date, no St. Louis date. So the tour is 1 month. It's like April 25th to May 25th. So it's like, okay, I've got CJ coming home from school. I need to not go. I need to be free that weekend. And luckily, they're like in the Pacific Northwest that weekend. So it's like, oh my God, everything is working out. And I'm going to go to a stupid number of these shows if I'm well enough. Um, there's a stint. Luckily, the band is old. So they're not in any hurry on this tour. And there's like days, there's quite a few dates that have like days off in between. I'm like, all right, I can maybe make this work in my favor. So I think what I'm gonna do is there's a stretch, and again, a couple days between shows. And this would actually be pretty affordable because I think I would only need like a couple of hotel nights. Um, I'm gonna go to the Cincinnati show because one, I've never spent any time in Cincinnati, and two, it's the band's hometown, and hometown shows are always great. Um, always, I like seeing bands in the place that they're from. It's always different and special, and I enjoy it. So I was hoping they'd have a Cincinnati date. Give me an excuse to go. It's an easy drive from here. I take that back. I've been there once. I was supposed to be in a wedding with a bridezilla, and let's just say I was pregnant, and it did not happen. But she lived in suburban Cincinnati, and I was there for her bachelorette party while pregnant. Threw up Cincinnati style chili. No, I'm not going to try it again. So, anyway, Cincinnati. And then a couple of days later, they're in Milwaukee. And then, like, the next day, they're in Chicago. It's like, all right, I can do Milwaukee and Chicago and Cincinnati with the way, and not have to fly. And, okay, those are going to be cheap. And then, towards the beginning, though, God, I'd love to see the first night because they're playing in Woodstock at Bearsville Theater. I've always wanted to go to a show there. Um, if it was a month later, it'd be perfect or 2 months later, it would be perfect because I'm going to be near there for Solid Sound. Um, but I want to go to some of the East Coast shows because I have good friends who are fans who will be at the East Coast shows. So I'm also looking at maybe doing a stretch of. Last time I did Philly, Brooklyn, and Boston, and that was right after I'd been diagnosed with the migraines, and did okay. I made it to 2 out of 3 of the shows, which is pretty good. Uh, Pretty good average with this. I almost threw up at the Brooklyn show, and I missed the Boston show because I was throwing up when I got to Boston. Uh, Hopefully, past that by then, by the next round. So, I don't know. I'm looking at Boston, New York City. They're playing Webster Hall, another venue I'd like to see, and Philly, and I like Philly. I might try to do at least one of those shows so I can see my friends and an excuse to go to the East Coast. And then they're ending the tour in LA and they're doing like Los Angeles, Santa Ana, which is in Orange County, so the LA area, San Diego, which is a little further than I want to go. And then the last show is at Pappy and Harriet's out by Joshua Tree. I saw Patti Smith there a year and a half ago. Really cool venue. Really intimate venue. Out in the desert, outside, under the desert sky with no light pollution. And it's awesome. I had a great time. And when I went last time, I spent the night nearby in Yucca City and then went to Joshua Tree the next day and didn't get to spend nearly as much time as I would have liked. So, um, I don't have an LA trip planned between now and then. And I'm thinking that might be. So, yeah, I'm kind of planning this all out and making you guys listen to it while I mentally figure out where I'm going to be. Hey, there's Woody. Hey, little man. He's sleeping on the radiator because it's cold. But yeah, I'm excited and I'm hopeful that this therapy that I'm doing for the migraines and the medication and all of that will really be in effect by then, and this would be a very triumphant return to form. I would be very happy. So we'll see. What else? Haven't talked about the travel agent business much because there has been none. I spent several weeks planning a trip for someone. Combination land and cruise tour of Alaska. And she wound up going with somebody else at the last minute. So I don't blame her. She got a better deal from somebody else, but God, I don't know. I don't know if I'm cut out for it. I need to do a bunch of marketing stuff, and I just have not had it in me. I've been wanting to write. I've had lots of writing to do. Unfortunately, that does not get me to Afghan Wigs shows. Unless I write about them. God, that's not going to happen. I don't know. I'm thinking here. I might have some ideas. Harebrained is the word you're looking for. But yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of frustrated. I know it's January. Nobody is spending money. And no, don't spend money today. Today is like as close as the U.S. gets to a general strike. So by all means, do not spend your money today. I'm not. And I'm not going to work on travel stuff. I'm not leaving my house. Because even though I'd like to, I'm a little cooped up and a little cabin fevery, but yeah, participating in the strike today. And if you want information about that, it's out there. Yeah, I know. I'm super articulate this morning. This sleeping 5 hours a night is great. That's big dark circle. Anyway, that's the travel update for now. Always planning. Even though I don't know how the hell it's going to happen, I'm still planning. Yeah, if anybody has any great ideas on any of this planning. Here's the other travel agent thing that is bothering me. I put it out there because I'm in all these online Wilco communities. A lot of people waited. It's getting into the last minute because for Solid Sound Festival, there's not a lot in the way of hotels in the area, and it brings in more people than they have rooms. And so people grab. I booked a cute little Airbnb. Back when the dates were announced, so months and months and months ago, like the day the dates were announced, I thought I'm gonna hop on and see what's available, and I found something that was just perfect. Price was right, location was great, so I went ahead and grabbed it, so I'm okay. But there's all these people that are looking for rooms, or the other thing, and I'm kind of paranoid about this, Airbnb hosts canceling old reservations so they can jack up the price on somebody new. And I put the word out there. I can help you. Travel agent, I can help you. I have now talked to 4 people. All men. Not saying all men, but they're all men. And I haven't told them, the specifics whenever they've asked if anything's available. I don't give the name or any contact information so that they can book it on their own, but they're figuring them out and booking on their own without me. So I'm going to stop doing that. Would not cost them any more to book through me. They would, yeah. I love being a middleman. Anyway, that's all that's up today. I'm going to go write something. I have a piece I'm working on for another Jane Pratt thing. It's been a bitch to write. It's about something very difficult. So, fun stuff. Fun stuff. I love y'all. Thank you for your support. I'm trying to think of other ways to beef up my Substack and give my supporters more. There's Woody. And I don't know. I'm thinking about if anybody's interested in doing travel writing workshops or anything of that nature, let me know. So I'm kind of starting to think about hosting some. I've got a lot of things I can use in Substack that I don't utilize enough, and that includes, well, and we can move off Substack too, and I don't know. I'm in the mode of my brain is not firing about anything, and all I want to do is sit in front of my fireplace and watch Heated Rivalry. So I'm going to go do that.